There are places where the past lingers, stretched across old rail beds, and the chill that clings to your spine just before nightfall. West Virginia is full of such places, and some ghosts just don't haunt, they scream. Just outside the historic town of Harpers Ferry, where the Shenandoah meets the Potomac, where abolitionists clashed with soldiers and history carved its name in gunpowder, there once was a woman named Jenny. We don't know her last name. History rarely records the names of the forgotten, but they say Jenny lived in the ruins of an old station house, a structure abandoned after the railroads rerouted and the world moved on. She was desperately poor, a young woman surviving on scraps, stitching together a life with little of what she had. But she had spirit. The locals said she was kind and grateful, a quiet presence who never asked for more than she needed. Her days were simple: a walk to the mission for soup, an evening spent curled up by the hearth, such as it was, more a pile of stones and timber than a proper fireplace. She used what little wood she could scavenge to keep her warm in the bitter cold months. It was a March evening when it happened. The wind that day had been harsh, scouring the hills and shaking loose dead branches like brittle bones. Jenny had made her way back to the station with a can of donated stew and a sliver of cornbread. She lit her fire as the sun began to fall behind the Blue Ridge. But fire doesn't care about intentions. As Jenny leaned in to stoke the flames, her worn skirt, soaked in the oil from odd jobs and the grime of poverty, caught a spark. It took only seconds, and the blaze leapt up on her side, devouring the fabric. She ran. Out into the night, screaming in agony, down the hill and towards the railroad. She was no longer thinking, if she was conscious at all. Instinct took over. The lights of an oncoming train gleamed like salvation. Maybe she thought they would stop. Maybe she just wanted help. But trains don't stop on a dime. The engineer never had a chance. They say he saw her, a woman on fire. Screaming, arms outstretched, running towards the locomotive, he pulled the brake, but not in time. When the train finally screeched to a halt and the crew ran back, there was nothing left. No body, no fire, only a scorched patch of track and the smell of something wrong in the air. The railroad called it a trick of the light, a hallucination. But then it happened again. And again. Every year in early spring, travelers reported seeing her. A woman engulfed in flames, running across the tracks just before the train rounds the bend. She doesn't speak, only screams, a piercing, mournful cry that echoes through the hollows and rattles windows in Harpers Ferry. But when the train stops, she's gone. No ash, no footprints, just silence. Locals call her the Screaming Jenny. They say she's caught in that moment, forever running, forever burning, forever crying out loud for help. Her spirit, like her body, consumed in seconds, but echoes through eternity. Some say her ghost is a warning, a reminder of those the world cast aside, the invisible poor, the lost souls who fall through the cracks of society, and sometimes the cracks of history. Others believe it's not a ghost at all, but something older. There are rumors that the spirits along the tracks are tied to the land itself. Harpers Ferry is an ancient ground, layered in death and war and sorrow. Perhaps Jenny's fire simply awakened something that was already there. If you ever find yourself near Harpers Ferry on a windy March evening, and you hear a scream echoed down the tracks, don't go looking for it. Some ghosts don't want to be seen. They just want to be heard. If you've enjoyed listening to West Virginia Ghost Stories, if you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more haunted tales from the Mountain State, and share them with someone who loves a good scary tale. Until next time, stay warm, stay safe, and don't follow the screams.